So next week, Thor Love and Thunder finally drops. I can't wait to see how this movie does compared to a Multiverse of Madness, which did not reach $1 billion. Got close, but I do think word of mouth hurt that movie. I have a lot of criticisms of Doctor Strange too, and I've already went over those. I've got some criticisms for Thor Love and Thunder as well that I want to go over because there is a plot leak. We're going to go over those. But at the end of this video, I want to talk about the first reactions to this movie and how typical they are. Because once again, this is the best Marvel movie ever. Every time a Marvel movie releases, it's the best Marvel movie ever. They were calling Doctor Strange the best Marvel movie ever. And now we have Thor Love and Thunder as the best Marvel movie ever. So it's the best Marvel movie in 6 months. It's crazy how the press and these journalists just shill for Marvel. If it's a Marvel movie, it could be a movie about one of Captain America's turds, and it would still get 8 out of 10 with these critics. It's hilarious. One of them dares to speak out though. It's from Cosmic Book News. Saw hashtag Thor Love and Thunder. Full review next week. Can share it's way more Batman and Robin than any superhero film should be. Total disaster. Which I could believe. From what I hear, this movie, by the way, was filmed on a soundstage. I don't know if that's 100% true. I saw Quarter Black Garrett talking about it. But my problem with this movie is the fact that, once again, in total MCU style for Phase 4, Natalie Portman is going to outshine Chris Hemsworth. Just like in Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange 2 Doctor Strange isn't even really the star of Doctor Strange 2. Doesn't even take care of the main villain. It seems to be a recurring theme. Happened in Hawkeye. Who's the one to save the day in that movie? The new Hawkeye. It's a thing with Phase 4. It's a bait and switch. And I think this movie is going to be somewhat of a bait and switch as well. And I'm going to go over that. I'm going to go over that in the spoilers for the movie. And I believe these spoilers as well. So you're going to go there for Chris Hemsworth Thor. And while he's in the movie, the one that's actually going to get things done is Natalie Portman Thor. I guarantee it. I promise you that's what's going to happen. And that's what the spoilers reveal as well. But let's take a look at what the critics are saying, because that's the funny thing. Thor Love and Thunder first reactions. Wacky, surprisingly moving, and possibly one of the best Marvel movies yet. That's the key word right there. One of the best Marvel movies yet. That's what cracks me up. Every Marvel property is the best Marvel thing ever, ever, ever. The best thing in months. Wow, we haven't had a Marvel movie like this since the one that came out 2 weeks ago. So let's take a look at some of these reactions, because some of them are really funny. So where does Thor Love and Thunder rank in the MCU? Well, it's absolutely amazing. It blows every other Marvel movie out of the water and doubles down on Ragnarok charm. Blows every other Marvel movie out of the water. This is, of course, coming from Collider. Might be my favorite Marvel movie, and it might be their very best. From the playlist. Another one from the playlist. Just cemented myself. Thor Love and Thunder just cemented itself as one of my favorite MCU films. It's got everything you could ever want from a Marvel movie. This one says best Thor film yet. Not really that big of a deal. This one, though, says feels like the best of MCU Phase 1 and Phase 4 in one entirety. In one entry. Loved it. Phase 1 and Phase 4. So it's half a good movie? Because Phase 4 has been shit so far, except for No Way Home. The best entry in Phase 4 behind Shang-Chi. Feels right in line with most of the MCU Phase 4 movies. That means it's bad? To have the best time, temper expectations and laugh. So people saying, is it hilarious? Definitely one of the funnier MCU movies. Will it give you the feels? I love this movie, emotionally satisfied while also sobbing. So it's making people cry. I'm going to tell you why in a second. We are going to go into spoilers in a second. So a lot of praise for it, but I find the greatest Marvel movie shit really cringeworthy because it's like these people think every Marvel movie is the best ever. Like the best one to come out in 2 weeks, like I said. So here's the deal. This movie's once again going to have the female counterpart outshine and take care of the main villain, which is the bait and switch shit that I'm sick of. This is the spoiler, so if you don't want those, now is the time to turn the video off. So I'm going to go over a couple things here. Here's how the movie's going to end, and this is what I'm talking about. This is what happened in Multiverse of Madness, because Doctor Strange was not the person who resolved the movie's plot. So once again, in this movie, the female counterpart is going to be the one to win the day. So Gore is searching for the God of Eternity after he lost his entire family. Gore wants them back, but he can't find Eternity. Instead, Gore will discover the sword that can destroy gods, and he swears to take them all out. As a result, Thor, Jane, and Valkyrie will team up to fight Gore. They'll try to warn Zeus, but the latter is evil and crazy. One of the most rewatched Love and Thunder trailer scenes indicated that Zeus would capture Thor, but that's not the reason why people watched it. Talking about his butt. Thor Love and Thunder plot leak also says Valkyrie will take Zeus's lightning weapon from him, which we also saw in the theaters. The three will fight Gore, with Jane destroying the hammer once again to stop Gore. She dies as a result, but because of this, Gore is touched by the moment and decides to stop taking out gods. His daughter is brought back to life somehow, and Gore dies too. And then that's the big emotional impact. So she's going to die fighting, and this inspires him, and he's no longer a bad guy, and he dies to bring back his daughter or some shit. Also, by the way, Guardians of the Galaxy, only in the beginning of the movie, barely in it. They only appear early in the movie. So, once again, yep, Chris Hemsworth Thor is in it, but keep in mind the main character journey is female Thor. Guardians of the Galaxy barely in it, and don't worry, by the way, Jane Foster, though she dies in the movie, they're going to go ahead and change that because in the second post-credit scene, which will feature Idris Elba welcoming Jane to Valhalla, this means we might see those characters again in the MCU. So you're going to see them in heaven, and this opens the door of her going back, which she does in the comics, by the way. She dies in the comics and comes back to life after like 5 issues. It negates the whole death. So there you have it. I'm calling bait and switch. I have no plans to see this in the theaters, by the way. No plans. So if you choose to see this, that's your choice. I personally am not going to give Marvel any more money. So let me know what you think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.